So today I'm actually going to show you guys the whole room. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you probably have never really seen much of it, or if you don't even really watch the live streams, you really don't see everything that's around me and exactly how where I'm at and everything. So today I'm actually going to give you a tour of everything. So I will have to make another one of these eventually when it's fully complete. So the reason I haven't done this way sooner is because I was trying to keep complete it even more, but at this point it's pretty 95% there to where I got pretty much all the well, I do have all the tanks. There's a couple things I will show you that aren't there yet, but are gonna be completed here this year, and there's still stuff on the walls and stuff that I plan to do, some custom work to hang up. But like I said, it's pretty much 95% there to where I kind of want to show you guys now, and then I'll give you guys an update video probably later this year, because probably at the end of this year that's when it's really going to be probably complete. um, but yeah, it's just pretty much what I'm waiting on now. It's just more stuff, more some cooler stuff that's going to hang on the wall, some custom made stuff that's going to cost quite a bit of money, and it's not exactly needed right now, so that's why I haven't went ahead and did that stuff. But I'm gonna quit talking and turn you guys around. So if you don't watch me, like I said, you don't really know exactly, like when you see my tanks and filmed, if you don't know exactly where all these are located. So where all my actual tanks are that you guys will see are all in my actual bedroom. So this room all around me, also you guys will probably recognize all these tanks for sure, except for the salt water. And so yeah, 45C, 90P, and then the two shallows on the desk, the 45F and 60F, and again the 10-gallon cube reef tank, which is eventually getting upgraded. I actually have already a tank coming, at least by the time it's recording. It's actually going to be the same tank but 2 foot. Different brand though. It's actually a UNS all-in-one, and that's actually going to be a full SPS tank. So I've been kind of lacking on the reef tank. It's just my channel is not really all about that, so I just haven't really been showing you guys that. It's more just been for my personal, really just for myself pretty much. It's not, but for sure when I start doing the SPS one, I think I'm gonna restart the reef series and actually give you guys some proper content this time, on some reefing stuff for sure. But of course we'll still be playing tanks 100%. I'm never changing, so don't get worried. But yeah, so this is my bedroom. So pretty good size. I mean, I think it's like 12 by 12. It might be a little bit bigger than that. It might be 12 by 13. It's somewhere in there. But obviously, I'm down here. This is the newer house that we built. If you guys have been following me for a very long time, you guys know it's been over a year now since we moved into this new house when we built it. For that whole year, and then we finally moved down. That's when we finally bought this tank, because the 90p was the first edition. So if you go back to like the original 90p series, you'll see like me down in the basement actually building this stand and all that when nothing was complete yet. So it's kind of cool. So yeah, like I said, bedroom, obviously bed, and then the desk. Both of these I actually built myself too out of cedar, and I built this huge desk knowing that I was going to do a couple tanks eventually. The original plan was a 60F right here for sure, so that was done. And then I actually was gonna I had a 45P right here sitting here ready to go, and I realized that I didn't really want a 45P there. It was just too tall, and it got away with it got in the way of the little shelf in front of the window right here. Because this is the basement here. It's obviously a finished basement, but my window is right. You can see the grass, so that's just how my room is, and which works perfect, because I'll show you guys in a minute how that's exactly how I drain my tanks too, is right out that window. But yeah, so we just went with the 45F, which I'm glad I did, because that was a way better tank. It just made more sense. The light just goes right up to the shelf, and it just looks way neater. So yeah, obviously my desktop. And then I made a video on this too. It didn't get a lot of attention just because it's not my typical content, but the really nice computer that I have, that I invested in this year, intending that I was going to start editing, which I never have. I still need to learn, but at least I got a nice computer to whenever I want to start getting serious, especially with my business now, it really going, and that setup really helps nicely. So yeah, and then yeah, like I said, 60F. So if you guys watch the channel, I don't really need to explain some of these setups. You guys have seen them quite a bit by now, but sometimes it is kind of confusing when you watch my videos. It's just like how all these tanks are just like right in feet within each other. So some people just might not even know that they're all by each other like this, except for the 45P and the new 60, and then obviously a 30C, which isn't at the office no more, but it's actually at my mom's work, and those are the only tanks that you guys see that aren't like in my living quarters. But so yeah, so tank, and obviously same thing. Then I got the posters here. This is one of the ADAs, the Learn from Nature, Create Nature. Nothing special, but it just fit perfectly on that column. So I got that framed in the ADA logo, and then obviously this is my old logo. Still the same slogan, but it's just the old logo printed on a stainless steel. Still looks cool, but it definitely will get changed eventually for the new logo. So it's just, again, it works for now, so I'm not gonna touch it. And then obviously the two AA posters, and then again with the custom work, there's gonna be custom work above these. So what I'm thinking of doing, I'm just not sure where I know what I want. I just don't know where I want it. You know exactly which wall's gonna get what. But I definitely want one that gets that basically I cut it like this, but way nicer, but with the ADA logo, and then with ADA and then Aqua Amano. Below that, just basically their standard logo, and that might it could go up here because it wouldn't be very big, but maybe like up here or something. I definitely want to put definitely one of Amano's quotes for sure. One of the main quotes, one of the longer quotes. I think it'd be really cool to get actually made and put up above that poster. And then up here, I definitely want to do something too. Again, I'm still kind of deciding on what I want to do, but it's gonna be something else ADA as well. Um, or just another like quote from a famous aquascaper for sure. And then I got up here, I got a 20th anniversary gold ADA book. I don't know how rare that is, but when I actually found that and bought it, I've never seen another. So yeah, I've never seen another one ever in my life. So it could be not even rare at all, but at least here in the U.S., I've never found another one. And I do a lot of international, looking for a lot of ADA stuff like that. So I've never seen one. So you guys definitely let me know if you have ever seen, that same book anywhere, because I would definitely be interested, even if it's not even rare. I mean, I still love it because it's gold. It's a gold ADA logo. It looks sick, and that's all I care about. But I really would like to really know more about that book for sure. And then of course I got the Tropica 50 anniversary. So both of these are anniversary books of two the top brands in the Planet game right now. So yeah, obviously that book was like 2010, 2011. So that 20th anniversary was it's ADA's been out about 30 or more years now, so it's a little, but that Tropica book's actually up to date. That's a newer book, so 50 years for them is quite recent for sure. And then up here is the things I was talking about that I haven't, that's gonna be completed this year. The Terra base, and then the pot. I'll get both of the stands for those, and deck them all out and all the gear that they come with. So that will be the plan. It's just, again, it's just not something that's like necessary. So they just been sitting in before I'm able to start those up. But I will like to start those because I'm really excited to do those, because I got a really rare plan for this one. And this one I'm just really excited to do one because I can make it look really sick. So we're excited for both. And of course we still one of the rare items, ADA ruby check valve with the ruby inside of it. I'll probably have to make a separate video just on this because it's so cool. But yep, I have it on this stand. It's just this metal glass piece, but this metal piece is actually just a stand that I found that worked for it. I just displayed up here for now. And then the last thing that's like really in this main room spot is all the books. So all these books are pretty much all the best aquarium books on the market. I mean, there's probably a few that are missing, but I pretty much have everything that you'd ever want in a book when it comes to, the best reading when it comes to this stuff. For sure, the best planted books, Sunken Gardens. You got Chris's shrimp book, George Farmer's aquascaping books, Christine's aquarium plants book, which is literally the most insane plant book there is. And then of course I got all the best reef books, and then just a bunch of big just atlases of just fish and stuff like that. And then of course over here is our ADA collection. Of course I have some stuff that isn't, but just still nicer books. Basically my nicer stuff is over here, so I still got like other stuff like the O and F. And then one of the newer magazine slash books that you can get now is called Fish, and it's really cool and I'd recommend it. But then you got Dua, and yeah, just all Amanos books, which was very hard to get. This took forever to get this whole collection, so this is definitely a really cool one I have. one of the most impressive collections I have for sure. But yeah, all these, especially here in the US, just having all these at one time, especially in one collection, is pretty insane because these books are just hard enough to get in general, and then especially in the United States where we're really not able to get a lot of this stuff. It was a good accomplishment. But all three of the Nature Aquarium books, and a couple of these are easy to get. Obviously, the contest and Amanos book himself. That's a book that anybody can get. Plus with the art one, those are the three that you can pretty much get. But then yeah, so those three, these three, and then the Nature Completes, those four are like the holy grails. So yeah, just this one right now costs so much money, so I was really happy. That was like the last one I needed, and I got one for a decent price. Still expensive, but I was happy to finally get that book for sure. And then yeah, like I said, shells on the desk, and then reef tank. And then up here, I do have my ADA contest framed with this tank, and then my certificate, and up there, and then I just put the calendar for 2022 up there for now because it looked cool. So I just did that. But eventually, all the ADA ones will be framed and put next to each other each year. So I'll have room for maybe like 6 or 7 years. So long enough to where if I'm not even here no more, I doubt I really fill up all that. But if I need to, I'll just start going this way, and no big deal. But I don't think it'll be that long. And then this over here will eventually have plaques as well on my contest, because I do have other winnings like first place in the United States for nano tanks that I still want to get framed up. So I'm actually probably going to move this poster to the left a little bit and have a little strip on the edge here where I can start framing down this side of more plaques of my aquascaping contest winnings. So I definitely want to start doing that for sure. And then yeah, over here again, just the tanks again. And then the biggest part that everybody doesn't see is the closet. So my closet's pretty big. Obviously the door goes out there. It's not the cleanest right now, but this closet worked out really great for what we're doing. It's a walk-in closet. I think it's about 8 feet long. It may be pushing 10 maybe, but then it's like a little over 5 feet wide, so really wide. Obviously you walk in here, obviously I just have your generic closet stuff, but obviously it got taken over by aquarium stuff. The very back has an RODI system, so our 2 containers for RO. And then what's nice about this closet is the main water line was in this closet, so I just have to open that up and tap into that, and that's how I get the water in my closet. So it worked out really nice like that. And then you walk in here, and this is the fish fam collection. If you guys been following me, like I said, for years, you guys know how long I've been collecting you guys' stickers. So I definitely got to add this collection up here in the closet here. They were going to go out in the room, but they just didn't look what I have them on doesn't really look that nice. I definitely want to get something more official one day, but so I put them up in here, which still look nice. You walk in here and see all these people. There's about 600-700 people in here now, so it's pretty sweet. But you turn around, and basically I got all this custom casework that I did for all this stuff. So you walk in, all my fertilizers are on this shelf. On this, you got all your ADA additives for that, and then your under substrates, more ADA fertilizer, and then of course ADA ferts, and then Tropica, and then all extra stuff, usually beneficial bacteria or Excel I have. And then down here we have the clean bottle, and then the bleach solution for cleaning our glassware, and then some extra stuff for the reef tank, some calcium, alkalinity, magnesium, all that good stuff. And then right here's the ADA tool rack. So this is another thing that's going to get changed quite a bit because I haven't just done it. But obviously the magnetic thing is also, this black magnetic bar that I have here is also going to be up here. And eventually I'm going to have all the pin snips. Probably, and I don't know, it just depends what all fit. But basically I want where all the scissors and the pro razors are down here. And who knows, actually, I might even put the pro razors up there, because I just don't know how many pin snips in total ADA has. I have to count them again. But basically, because there's so many more scissors, and I want to have the whole ADA collection. And so I definitely want all the scissors over here. Because I basically want everything that doesn't get used like on a daily basis over here. So that's the scissors, maybe in the sand flattener. And then all the pin snips and pro razors up there. So when you first walk into this door, these can be the first thing you grab. And then over here is our testing area. So we got all Hannah checkers, and then of course I got 2 Red Seas for the reef. We got all Hannah, And then I got all the hand checkers right here, so pH, TDS, and then salinity for the reef again. And then extra shelf or drying rack for the testers. I got all calibrations they could ever need. Reagents and storage solution for the pH, deionized water for some of the tests. And then down here, I got syringes for certain stuff if I'm dosing or samples. I don't like to mix my stuff, so I got reef sample, freshwater, Excel, Tropica calcium, and this one's usually alkalinity. And then I am going to add more stuff, so basically every single liquid has its own syringe basically. So all I have to do is take this off, get as much as I need, dose it, and then put it right back on, just like that. But yeah, and then you walk back, looks pretty nice. Obviously it's kind of jagged now, but just keeps everything nice and professional, of course. Then over here I got all the ADA spring brushes hanging up, so all 3 sizes, and then my net rack as well, which I need to kind of get some better nets. I started off with the shrimp one, it's carbon fiber, so I just need to get some nicer nets to hang up here for sure. And then down here used to be a bunch of stuff. It's a bunch of mess right now, but this is where my magazine collection, all my stuff that I've been collecting. This used to be on my desk, but now that I had the tanks there, I had to move it in here. So this is more just like a junk shelf right now, just for extra stuff. And then workstation right here. Obviously this whole bench is workstation, but a lot of my stuff, a lot of like my cups for feeding, and then extra stuff, my pads, socks, and other test kits that just don't work and fit over here. And this stuff, you open this up, this is extra tools, so like stuff old tools that I don't have hanging up, that I just use, like the UNS ones. And then extra random supplies, glue, Duo tape, twine, wood tight, literally everything on the planet you could possibly need. And here for like other tool wires, other brushes, stuff that I probably won't be able to ever hang up, honestly, because I just don't think there's not really a good spot for a lot of stuff, and it just doesn't. I like to have the stuff that's gonna always look clean. Some of the stuff's gonna get dirty over time, so that's why I just put it in the drawer. And then this is labeled food, so got all the food in there. And this is additives, so again, all of my remineralizers, literally random stuff, Purigen, other stuff, extra supplies stuff. Again, all this stuff's such a mess, but I got buckets. I keep a lot of extra equipment in this box. You can see I got another big piece of wood in there. I got a big thing of filter floss in there. It's a mess, but that's where I keep kind of the bigger items at for sure. And then I got buckets for bring the water changes to like my mom's work, for example. That's where I use buckets. And of course shallows I just hand siphon still, so I just have my bucket collection there. This is my salt station where I make salt, so this is my waste, and then this is where I actually make the salt. So you open this up, has a heater and pump in there, so pretty nice there. Nothing real special though. And then obviously on the left side we got this cedar rack that I built for hardscape, so every time I collect a wooden hardscape you can see all the stuff I already have, a lot of stuff. And up here is another cedar shelf that I built, and that's where I keep all the professional bottles, the 5,000 ml bottles of the ADA furs up here. I think those look real nice. I just had to display them, so I definitely made its own shelf for that. And then up here is all shipping stuff, so I made another rack to where envelopes, boxes, more boxes. Up here's more boxes, basically everything shipping above here, and that's for you guys when you guys buy stuff. So little shipping area. And then over here I actually have hangers for all my filming stuff, and I also got like this little, I don't even know what you call this, holder that I just literally don't know what to do with, but I actually just sit there and put tubing in it now. Just a bunch of tubing that I cut off, so any cut-offs I just put in all these, so that's what I use it for now. So nothing special there. But yeah, I just want to give you guys a quick rundown. I know that wasn't quick, it's going to be like a 20-minute video, but I just wanted to show you guys what the whole room looks like in like a full video this time, so you guys can kind of get a better idea of just where I live, and what's all around me and how I actually do things, of course. So if I missed anything, you guys can definitely ask me down below, or follow my Instagram at JJ Aquariums. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and yeah, and I'll see you guys on the next one.